If you've been gardening for any length of time, whether a few weeks or a few decades, you know this truth well. Plants speak. They might not use words, but their leaves, stems, and growth rate tell you everything you need to know. And one of the clearest messages they send is the quiet, slow fade from deep green to pale yellow. That's your plant whispering, "I need nitrogen, and I need it now." On Soilpower, we believe in working with nature, not against it. Healthy soil grows healthy plants, and healthy plants grow healthy people. So when your garden starts calling for help, you don't need chemicals or store-bought fertilizers with long ingredient lists and short-term results. You can create powerful, organic, liquid nitrogen fertilizers at home, quickly, safely, and at almost no cost. In this guide, I'll walk you through several tried-and-true methods for making natural nitrogen fertilizers that are fast-acting, soil-friendly, and incredibly effective. These are recipes I use myself and recommend to anyone who wants greener leaves, stronger stems, and more productive gardens, without sacrificing soil health. Let's dig in. Before we talk recipes, let's get something clear. Nitrogen is not just another nutrient, it's the engine behind plant growth, the fuel that powers everything from leaf color to photosynthesis to root development. When your plants are lush and green, you can bet the soil is supplying nitrogen steadily. But when they start fading, growing slowly, or looking a bit tired even after watering, nitrogen is often the missing piece. The challenge is that nitrogen doesn't stay put. Rain washes it out, irrigation pushes it deeper, microbes break it down, and because most plants are constantly using it, the soil needs a regular supply. That's where organic liquid fertilizers come in. They replenish nitrogen gently and continuously, while also feeding the microbial life that keeps your soil alive. Chemical fertilizers dump nitrogen in all at once. Plants grow fast at first, but soil organisms suffer, nutrient balance collapses, and long-term fertility drops. Organic liquids work differently. They heal the soil while feeding the plant. And once you learn how simple they are to make, you'll never want to buy a synthetic fertilizer again. If there's one fertilizer every gardener should know how to make, it's the Green Leaf Elixir. This nutrient-dense fermented plant tea is rich in nitrogen, potassium, minerals, and trace elements. It's cheap, easy, and effective, and it makes use of the greens you already have in your yard. To get started, walk through your garden and gather fresh green material. Comfrey, nettles, and borage are all excellent choices, but grass clippings work beautifully when you need something quick. The key is using fresh, vibrant greens. They're full of nitrogen and break down fast. Chop them lightly and pack a sturdy bucket until it's around 2/3 full. Then fill the bucket with water, ideally rainwater because it's soft and free of salts. Submerge everything fully. Once the greens are underwater, move the bucket to a quiet corner outdoors and leave it to ferment for 2 to 4 weeks. Stir it every few days. You'll notice the water turning dark and sometimes smelly, but don't worry. That rich odor means microbes are working, releasing nutrients into the water. Once the mixture has matured, you'll want to strain it through a cloth or a sieve and keep the liquid. This right here is your concentrated nitrogen fertilizer. To use it safely, just dilute 1 part of the elixir into 10 parts water, then pour it at the base of your plants. Never directly on the leaves. And, honestly, you'll be amazed at how quickly they respond. The color deepens, growth really accelerates, and the soil becomes more alive with each passing week. The Green Leaf Elixir is, well, a foundational fertilizer. If you only make one recipe from this guide, make sure it's this one. It restores soil health and gives your plants the nitrogen they crave, but without overwhelming them. Gardeners, we all love shortcuts that actually work, and legume water is definitely one of my favorites. Every time you soak dry beans, chickpeas, or lentils, you're actually creating a surprisingly nutritious liquid fertilizer. As the legumes sit in water for 8 to 12 hours, proteins and mineral-rich compounds dissolve into the liquid, making it a mild and ready-to-use nitrogen source. The best part? There's no fermentation, no waiting, no dilution. You simply soak your beans as usual, then take that cloudy water and pour it straight into the soil around your plants the very same day. Seedlings love it. houseplants perk up almost instantly. Vegetable beds respond with quick greening and improved growth. This simple trick turns your kitchen leftovers into garden gold. It's especially helpful if you're working with young crops or potted plants that need gentle, frequent feeding. And because you're not throwing away the soaking water, you're reducing waste while strengthening your garden. It's a beautiful cycle. Your kitchen feeds your plants and your plants feed you back. If you've ever followed Korean natural farming practices, you've heard of FPJ. It's one of the most potent organic fertilizers you can make at home, and it's rich in enzymes, growth hormones, minerals, and beneficial microorganisms. Unlike the Green Leaf Elixir, FPJ focuses on the fast-growing tips of plants, where nutrients and hormones are most concentrated. To make FPJ, you'll want to head out early in the morning when plants are full of energy. Harvest those tender shoots from chickweed, sweet potato, vines, or soft, comfrey tips. Chop them up and weigh them. Then, mix with an equal weight of brown sugar and layer the mixture in a clean glass jar. The sugar draws out plant juices and fuels fermentation. Cover the jar with a breathable cloth and place it in a cool, dark spot for about a week. During this time, the mixture liquefies as microbes break down the plant material. After 7 to 10 days, strain the liquid into a bottle. This is your FPJ concentrate. Because FPJ is extremely potent, you must dilute it heavily before use. Mix 1 part FPJ with anywhere from 500 to 1,000 parts water depending on your needs. Even in small amounts, FPJ strengthens roots, boosts nutrient absorption, and increases plant resilience. Monthly applications are enough to make a noticeable difference in your garden, especially when combined with other organic fertilizers. Many gardeners throw away water they should be using in the garden. The water left from rinsing rice, boiling eggs, or washing mild vegetables is rich in minerals, proteins, and organic residues that plants can absorb easily. If you've ever wondered how to add gentle nutrients without much effort, this is your answer. Rice rinse water contains starches and micronutrients that feed beneficial soil bacteria. Egg boiling water adds calcium, which helps prevent blossom end rot in tomatoes, peppers, and squash. Even water from rinsing vegetables carries trace minerals that enrich soil life. So, the rule with kitchen water is simple. Just use it fresh and pour it right at the base of your plants. You know, it doesn't need any dilution and it definitely doesn't require fermentation. Honestly, it's an effortless way to build fertility day by day, and when you use it consistently, it really strengthens plants in ways you can see and measure. Every gardener eventually faces a moment when plants just look exhausted, not exactly dying, but definitely drained. Maybe it's a heat wave, or maybe you've just been too busy to feed the beds. When you need a rapid revival, the 48-hour supercharge mix is, well, your best friend. Okay, so this formula combines the strengths of the Green Leaf Elixir legume water and FPJ into one powerful blend. What you want to do is mix equal parts Green Leaf Elixir and legume water, so like 5 liters of each if you want to follow a standard batch. Then, for every 10 liters of this mixture, add 1 tablespoon of FPJ, give it a good stir, and leave it loosely covered in a shaded spot for about 48 hours. During these 2 days, microbial activity really multiplies, nutrients become bioavailable, enzymes activate, and the mix just turns into a highly efficient liquid fertilizer that plants can absorb almost immediately. Once the 48 hours are up, the mixture is ready to use without any need for dilution. You can apply it to stressed plants, new transplants, or garden beds before planting. You'll see greener leaves and stronger growth in just a few days. The transformation is often dramatic. Even the best fertilizer works better when you give it at the right time. Leafy greens benefit from consistent nitrogen, so feeding them every 2 weeks with diluted Green Leaf Elixir or fresh legume water keeps them lush and productive. Seedlings grow steadily with gentle, weekly applications of protein-rich kitchen water. Fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers need nitrogen early in their growth, but too much once they start flowering can slow fruit set. A good strategy is to feed them with nitrogen sources for the first month, then switch gradually to potassium-rich fertilizers, while still using kitchen water to prevent deficiencies. Houseplants appreciate a drink every 3 to 4 weeks, especially with legume water, or a lightly diluted FPJ. No matter what you grow, the key is paying attention. Yellowing leaves, slow growth, and those tiny new shoots are all hints that it's time to feed again. Over time, these gentle, consistent feedings build a resilient garden. You're not force-feeding your plants, you're supporting them, and they reward you with vibrant growth year after year. Making your own organic liquid nitrogen fertilizers is one of the most empowering skills a gardener can learn. It connects you to your soil, saves you money, reduces waste, and gives you healthier plants than any chemical product ever could. Every method in this article, from the Green Leaf Elixir to the 48-hour supercharge mix, is a tool you can rely on for life. If you found this guide helpful, I'd love to have you join our Soilpower community. Subscribe to the channel, share this article with fellow gardeners, and keep growing smarter, more sustainable, and more confidently every season. Your soil has power. Let's keep building it together.